back, Bravehearts. So what are we doing today? Well, this is called Practitioner's Corner. This is where we highlight our practitioners. And guess why do we highlight them? Because they've made such big changes in their life, and they've made big changes in their life on a personal level, but also on a business level. And the reality is you can't make a really good change in your life unless you do it personally too, because it won't last. Did you ever notice that? So today's show, I'm here with Magda, and Magda is from Toronto, right?
Yes, I am.
And Magda is here in Ixtapa, right?
Yes.
And she actually even brought her two children. Your children's names are?
Mia and Christian.
That's right. And how old are they?
4 and 7.
Okay. And her son is a real crackerjack. Let me just tell you. Okay. I'm going to have to hog tie that boy. So anyways, so today we're going to be talking about her journey. And we're going to talk about where the journey started. The journey actually started with you and your mother.
Yes.
And it started with what? Guess what? You ready for this? This is how it usually starts. I'm going to bring my mother to Dr. Wolf, and I'm going to change her and heal her. Anyways, we all know how that story usually goes. But you know what? The thing is that no matter what you do for others, you need to do for yourself. And the funniest thing is, before we start, Magda, you know what? You know how many people come to me and they have a parent or they have a spouse or they have a child that's actually dying of cancer or having some kind of autoimmune disease. And everybody is so caught up in their fear that everything I'm telling the patient or the client to do, the other people are going and just eating their burritos and Snickers bars and drinking their pop because it could never happen to them. And you know what people do? They want to fix everybody else, but they can't fix themselves. We would never be in the C situation. We'd be never getting the V situation if we actually knew that there was a genius practitioner living inside of us and that we are allowed to be our own authority. And yeah, how's that working?
Well, I am much better now, in a much better place.
What do you mean?
The journey.
You're much better now. Well, how bad were you?
I was bad.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. When you can talk about yourself and laugh about it, because it's not yourself you're laughing about, because we have all been programmed. You know what? Your parents were different from mine. You went to a different church. I went to a different church. I went to a different school. You went to a different school. You had different friends. And you also have a different filter. So you filter out things that I didn't filter out. And when you saw something, you saw it differently than me. And that's what creates personalities. But the reality is guess what? The personality you have today isn't even you. And you know that. It's still not you. But you're getting closer, right?
Yes.
It smells more like you because it smells like unconditional love could be on its way. Mm-hmm. Unconditional care for oneself. Not even having to forgive oneself anymore. How does it feel? Do you catch yourself?
I do. And I stop and I think about it and I say no more. And I change my outlook and change my approach to things.
So why shouldn't somebody like you?
They should like me.
They should like you. That's right. But is that the way you felt before? Okay, before you brought your mother, where were you? Who were you? And why did you bring your mother? Let's start there.
My mother and I have suffered together from inflammation in our joints.
Okay,
and
first
medically.
Of all, do you see? Let's take it back. First of all, we know that everything starts off in the psychological, and then it works into the biological. We know that everything starts off in the invisible, and then it goes to the physical. So now, can I ask my question again? Okay. So why did you bring your mother, and what have you noticed that when you got there, how long did it take me to make but to show your mother that her biological problems were her psychological ones that weren't really hers, but that your mother was running a program that suffering is the way? How am I doing?
Right on the money.
And,
it was.
And suffering
immediate.
Was the way for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we talk, let's go back there and let's not get into the physical. Let's talk into the emotional a little bit.
But I do want to start with the physical because it was because of the physical
That you came.
that we came to see
Please.
you.
Hey,
And
let them talk.
all I wanted when I first came onto this journey is to fix my physical issues, my mom's physical issues as well. You know, take some supplements because that's what everybody thinks is going to fix them,
Right.
right? Get the physical work done, get the supplements, and on we go on our merry way. And then
On
you
our
came,
merry way. There
and
it is.
and you came along, and you know, you gave us some wisdom, some words, and it didn't all come at once. It was, you know, just nibbles of information here and there.
I would
and
come in and just go, doop, and then I'd leave.
That's correct.
And then
Yes.
I'd leave.
And then you got me to think about things and just start opening up. And after we left, because my issue was inflammation in my joints, as well as, you know, I was suffering from depression. I was inflamed, infected. I had some
Well, let's
weight
talk.
to
Let's talk
lose.
about your. Well, you weren't really overweight.
No, but I
You had some cellulite.
sure.
Well, you weren't overweight.
No, to me, I was, because
Okay.
I'm a perfectionist. So I thought, you know,
And that's part of the problem too.
yes, 25 pounds was a lot
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we went back.
You were 25 pounds overweight. You still looked really good for 25 pounds overweight. You hide it well.
Thank you.
Wow. Those burlap bags really worked. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, yeah.
So we went back, and, you know, I thought about a lot more about my emotional state. And you did say that everything starts in, you know, in your mind, in your subconscious, and it's emotionally
Yeah.
affects you.
And if I can say something, when you went, okay, so when she came, she just came for mainly her mother. So just know that she didn't really come for herself, but she kind of did. And then when she went home, she had no intentions of actually becoming a practitioner, did
No.
you?
No, not at all.
No. And
No.
what did you do for a living?
I work for an insurance company.
So she worked for an insurance company, and now, believe it or not, she's fixing the people in and around Toronto that other natural health and medical professionals can't. Go figure. Isn't that kind of crazy? Okay, so, you know, it's amazing when you find the genius inside, and we all have a genius practitioner in there, okay? Anyway, so you went home.
So I went home, and because of, you know, the information that you were giving me here and there, you know, my mind started running, and I was thinking about it, and I said, you know what, I need to fix the emotional state, because even though, you know, I'm the biggest skeptic, and I actually didn't believe that emotions can cause this type of physical state. It was just, it was still there, and I was thinking about it, and then I called you, and you said, come out to my whole life coach course.
And I didn't say come to the whole life coach to become a practitioner. I said,
No.
if you want to set yourself free and have the life that they promised you and you always felt you deserved, this is the only way you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
Yep. And I wasn't even thinking about the business. I wanted to fix this crazy overloaded mind and the emotions, and just be happy, you know, because
Why
just
not?
like you said,
Why- well,
just
let's
like you
just
said, I
be
was
happy.
angry, and it was right on the money. I was angry my whole life, and
And why were you angry?
I was just angry.
No, that's not true. I know why. Maybe she doesn't want to say, but
Mm.
how was your upbringing with your mother and father?
It was pretty rough around the edges.
Rough around the edges. Your father was a terrorist,
Yeah.
okay, that brutalized you and your mother on an emotional and physical level. Yes or no?
Yes.
And I'm not trying to beat up on her father, but guess what? He is what he is, and it'd be great if he'd change, but he's probably never going to change. And the reality is you got to love people anyway, because people aren't their beliefs, but are you going to move back in with them?
No.
Would you ever want to go and hang out with them?
No.
Okay, so we can be, you know what? He doesn't know better. I get it, but I need to love myself unconditionally, and I need to get to the point that I never need to forgive him again or get angry. But you know what? If you keep on going back to people that are physically and emotional abusers, it's not going to work. let me tell you something. I have some people that are close in my family, and I know I will never see them again, because I will see them again if they want, but I'm not going to see them on terms of terrorism. Terms of terrorism are over, okay? I'm not responsible for their life. I don't want to hear about how bad their life is, because there's people that they're always going to look at life and it's not going to be great for them, and that's it. But why can't we get together and just learn to love and be thankful for what we have, and really just try to bring the light out in each other? So anyways, okay, so now you went home, then what?
So then, as you suggested, I actually didn't take your suggestion to heart right away. I was sitting on it, and I sat on it for 3 weeks.
Well, because guess what? You're not worth $3,500. If I would have said it was like 350, you would have maybe been there quicker. But it was $3,500, and it's like $3,500 to change my life and to give me the life I've always wanted. No, I'm not worth it.
Anyway, it was last minute that I made the decision, and just probably a week before the course started. And
Yeah. How did it feel after you made the decision?
Relief.
That's right, relief. You know why it was relief? Gosh.
Because I was doing something for myself.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to get myself better.
And actually, it wasn't a pair of shoes, okay? All right? No, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was something that was totally off the grid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was willing to try it. And I said, I'm like, I want to go for it.
Yeah.
So I did. And when I got there and throughout the whole course, you were pretty much on me every day and telling me to do things, pushing me to the edge of that cliff, and then just pulling me back in. And for some reason, I was drawn to your energy and whatever you were trying to teach me and show me, and show me the way of being free, and then just unconditionally love myself. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It was different. It was a different approach. I wouldn't have changed a thing. I loved it. Because you pushed me to the edge of that cliff, and then and then you pulled me back in. I understood where my subconscious was going, and it was just one of a kind experience.
Well, it's really great when you can finally go, I gotcha. When you can finally go to your subconscious, I gotcha. There you go. I gotcha. Okay, back off now.
So
yeah,
I'm much different than I was
yeah.
a year ago, because that actually was in November last year.
Yeah, and then you went home.
Then I went home.
And then things started to change at home and with you and your children, didn't
yes,
they?
Yes.
Can you tell people about
so
that?
what happened is, so my son is 4 years old, and at about age of 2, he stopped coming to me, and I was really disappointed. I didn't know why he wasn't coming to me, because I was thinking, I gave you everything. I gave birth to you. I gave you all the love. I cared for you. I fed you. I changed your diapers, and now you're not coming to me. So it was really disappointing, and I was hurt. I was hurt, deeply hurt. And as soon as I got back and things started changing, and
no, as soon as you started changing to love yourself more, he said, Mama, I want some of it.
So he's now coming to me. He hugs me. He tells me he loves me, and it's just the most amazing feeling in the world. And I am very grateful.
See, that was worth the money, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, I was doing, I started doing perfect day diet. I do intermittent fasting. I take the C60, the Merigen, curcumin, cayenne, you name it. I'm on it because I wanted to get myself better, not only physically, but emotionally, and it just overall. And I am very grateful in the place where I'm at right now.
Okay, so now, then you decided to what? Then you decided to become.
Then I decided to become a practitioner.
That's
so
right,
I came
a master
back.
practitioner. So, but let me just fast forward, and then we'll go back and we can talk about the training and how she felt. What did she feel like when she started the training, throughout the training, after the training? Well, now she's running a successful practice with your partner. And
Yes,
who's
Tara
that?
Tara Snell.
Yeah.
We're servicing our clients in the Greater Toronto area, and we have a clinic in Burlington, and you can
Burlington and the Greater Toronto area.
and the
Both
Greater
places.
yes.
Yes. So why don't you tell just everybody in case they leave how they can get in touch with you?
You can give me a call at 416-356-3399, or you can also reach me through an email, dynamicbodyandmind@gmail.com. That is the name of our practice,
And
Dynamic
maybe,
Body and Mind.
Sean, can you put that up for a little bit for them?
Yeah. Number, please.
416
And we'll get back to the story in a second here.
356 3399.
And then what was the
Dynamic Body and Mind@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll have that up in a second.
All right.
Great.
Okay. So anyway, so then you came and you took the, could you ever picture yourself, even over a year ago, doing the non-surgical work?
Not at all.
No.
No, I didn't think.
And how do you like doing it now?
Oh, I love it. It's so, I'm at peace when I do it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I enjoy it. I enjoy
Yeah.
doing this. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy relieving people of pain that
So,
they've been suffering.
Go figure. So her journey started just over a year ago into becoming a practitioner. And now she's working on the people that other practitioners can't fix. So let me tell you something. You are so much more than they've taught you. And the realities, please don't get me wrong about this. I think education is great, but most of the education is just fluff and stuff. And it really is. Okay, so our courses are short, but they're real powerful, aren't they?
Oh, very much so.
And understand that when she left from the course, she gives a money back guarantee on her consults and on her non-surgical body work, all right, that I back up. And we do that for everyone who takes our course, everybody.
Yes.
Because guess what? We want to prove to people that you don't have to go for years and you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to become somebody that can actually show people how to heal themselves and create the perfect day and eventually maybe even a perfect life. Wouldn't that be great? So anyway, so you came and took the course.
Speaking of perfect life,
Yeah.
and doing the perfect day, I've also done 2 water fasts, which I never thought I would be able to do. It's
Advanced
amazing.
water fasts, though.
Sorry,
They're
yes.
not water fasts because water fasts are actually a little bit dangerous and they're very painful and you'll never get the results that you would get through an advanced water fast. And you can see that in my library if you want to go read about it or watch the videos.
Yes, so 2 advanced water fasts, and it's just the most amazing feeling. And my another goal that I had, and this is my success story, is I've been on medication for my inflammation of my joints,
For how long?
also known as rheumatoid arthritis, for 22 years.
22 years. I
22
hope you're
years.
getting this. Okay, so how long you been
So-
off?
I am happy to say that this past Monday marked 15 weeks that I've been off of any medication.
And do you know what? Do you know how hard it is mentally, emotionally, physically to get off that drug? Because she didn't need the drug, but she was addicted to the drug and her subconscious said, no, don't do that. You'll die. We've been doing this for 22 years. Don't do this to us. Yeah.
And you know what? At I think ninth or 10th week, I had my weak moment. I was, my joints were inflamed, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back on that. And I said, no, I'm not doing it.
So what
And I
happened when you
pushed through
told
it.
your doctor you were going to?
Oh, my doctor. I had a phone conversation with my doctor as my appointment, my check-in appointment, and I told my doctor that I would like to get off my medication and I don't want to take it anymore. I've seen my blood work.
What was the medication called?
It was a biological drug. It was called Cimzia. And it costs about $1,700 a month for the drug. And she was not happy. She was
Wait a
actually
minute.
upset.
You didn't have to pay $1,700 a month.
Well, I have benefits.
Yeah,
So I was paying for the benefits, but this is how much it costs.
yeah.
So imagine you know, what the doctors get from that
Yeah, I
too,
know, I
right?
know.
So she was upset with me
Well,
that
I'd be
I'm
upset
trying.
too because, you know, there goes my Mercedes-Benz mortgage. right?
Yeah. So she was really upset and
Yeah.
she was not happy, and but I was happy because I said I don't want to take it anymore. And my blood work results were the best I've ever had. Nothing was out of range. Nothing was out of range.
Wham! There it
And
is.
yes.
So would you like to have a practitioner like this? Beautiful, intelligent, and healthy. And she's done it. So it's not like she didn't do it. She understands drug addiction. She understands emotional chaos and terrorism. So, you know, if Magda can do it, she can show you how to do it. That's how
Yeah.
that works, right?
And you know how you say you can't give what you're not?
Yeah.
I didn't want to give what I'm not,
Yeah, that's
but I
right.
can give now.
You certainly can.
I can give now
Yeah.
because I've gone through it. I've lived through it. I'm the walking proof.
Yes. Beautiful. So what's your plans?
My plans is to help others heal themselves, take their
Yes.
life back,
Yeah.
and if they're on any medication, try to get off of it.
And you know what? If I would have told her, because you can't do that because it's subconscious, you can't handle it.
No,
But
not
if
a
I would have
friend.
told her 16 months ago that you would have your own practice, you'd be making great money, more money than you're making in the insurance company, and you would be helping people, and you'd be helping people that crash with a chiro or a massage therapist or a physio or even with a doctor, a medical doctor, they will crash. And I told her too, I said, look at, you're going to be working on people and who have had surgeries from cesareans to hip replacements or people that are going to need hip replacements or spinal work. And I tell everybody at the beginning, and I told her, I said, people are not going to be going to surgery because of you, even if they're booked 2 weeks in advance. She goes, no, that'll never happen. I could never do that. Well, anyway, so now she's doing it because it's a scar tissue displaced calcium issue. And guess what? She's already proven it to herself.
Yep.
I mean, look at the condition she was in. Okay. I'm just saying that the reality is, guys, that you can't make this stuff up. But we can definitely make up that you need a white coat, you need years of training, $250,000 in debt, and you got to look up to somebody and you got to go, oh,
No.
thank you. And then they'll tell you that, guess what? You go home and we'll keep an eye on that for you. Whereas with Magda, she's going to give you her phone number, and when you need her, you're going to call her and she's going to support you. And understand something is one thing that I train or teach or whatever you want to call it, and that's the first thing when people come is this. You can just have a conversation or a meeting with someone for the first time and save their life without selling or even doing anything. Or you could have a conversation with someone and have them go home and get their will ready. And understand, we get rid of the whole statistic thing because guess what? Statistics are a lie. Only they are a lie if you decide to stay the same person that got sick. If you change your personality, you'll change your reality. If you make different choices and if you get different friends and you drink different things and you eat different things and you eat differently, drink differently, think differently, live differently, feel different about yourself, it's over. I don't care if they gave you 2 weeks to live or 3 weeks to live. You know, you can believe it or not believe it. We don't really care because the problem is we can't care what people think when they don't think right. We have somebody walking out of hospice every 2 or 3 weeks in my business now. They go to hospice to die, and then they leave hospice not to exist, but to live. And that's the deal. All right, so you decide what you're worth. Do you know how hard it would have been for her to actually get rid of all of this physical, emotional abuse that she has had, just like you've had, everybody's had, so get it. But now you tell yourself a new story, right? What was the story you
Every day.
told before you started to get into the journey? And what's the story you tell yourself now throughout the day so that you can be out there working on your patients all day long?
I used to tell myself, you know, like I wasn't worthy. I wasn't worthy, and I didn't really love myself. I was just getting up, you know, going on about my day, and I was always in pain. Oh, how sucks it feels to be in pain, and I can't do this and I can't do that, and it was just like, And now it's just
And then you were
smiles.
wondering why your little boy was running away from you.
Right. So now it smiles all over, and I pop into that mirror and I say, "Hello, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. How you doing?" And I teach that to my kids as well. I'm like, "You're gorgeous. You're amazing. You're doing great things."
And you
You
we're
got to
taught,
pass that on.
don't spoil them. Are you like kidding me? You can't spoil people with loving them and loving yourself. Well, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So you are worthy,
Yes, you are. You're more than worthy.
and you can do it.
And you can have it all, but you have to become it all. And that means that you're going to have to mind your own business. That means you're going to have to become selfish enough to know what you need to feel unconditional love for yourself so you can have it for the world.
You can do it.
So how do we get in touch with you again?
416-356-3399. You can also find me on Facebook, Dynamic Body and Mind. And you can email me at dynamicbodyandmind@gmail.com.
And just know this, she specializes in things like explants, even women with implants with all their scar tissue, cesareans, okay, fibroids, endometriosis, spinal problems, bladder problems, cysts, and of course, knee problems, ankle problems, hip problems, neck problems, sinus problems, migraines. Listen to me. We already said that if you come to us, we're going to give you a money back guarantee that we're going to do more in that first treatment than anybody else. And we're going to hold the line on that one, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right. Okay. So tell them your full name again
It's Magda Jerzak.
and your phone number and your Gmail. I just want to do this because she deserves it. And if you live in the Toronto area or you know someone, you're going to have this. Okay. And she has a team member and her name is Tara. Right?
Yes,
and she
Tara
lives
Snell.
and Tara Snell, and she lives more Burlington.
Burlington area, yes.
Yeah,
So we
but-
can also service the
Yeah.
Niagara region.
Yeah, Niagara region and the Toronto region. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So what do you want to say to them?
Love yourself well. You're worth it. And give me a call. We can talk. And I would love to help you out.
Thank you, Bravehearts, and thanks for joining us. We're going to be coming up in just shortly here with Tom Muehlbauer, and we're going to be talking about Avicin today. And Avicin increases the microcirculation in the human body better than any other known device. And don't forget, we do have our Black Friday sale still on, and it's Friday, and it's Thanksgiving for a lot of you that are watching. And understand something, stuff the bird, but don't stuff yourself. See you later, beautiful. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become
not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life. You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite. You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the Whole Life Coach certification is all about. In the Whole Life Coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox. of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. So what is a New World Practitioner? Well, a New World Practitioner is somebody that understands that training comes before treatment.
Have I noticed any changes in myself since taking this course? Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I definitely have.
There's so much more ahead of you, and there's so much more that you can find within yourself, and there's so much that you can let go of to free yourself. And I'm excited to be able to help others find their power.
It's not a treatment. It's like a restoration. You can renew your body. And I didn't understand what was preventing me from healing.
I guess this is where I kind of get emotional, because Daryl truly cares, not only for himself, but humanity in general. And he wants to educate people to live their best lives and learn to love themselves first before anybody else.
The Whole Life Coach certification. We go deeper in that 8 days than anybody else goes when it comes to learning how the invisible creates the physical, the psychological creates the biological. And we teach you about energy medicine and about vibration and frequency, because that's all it is.
He really cares for everybody. He wants to educate as many people as he can, their own healers / practitioners. He wants to get the knowledge out.
Dr. Wolf and the whole crew, Sage and his bodywork techniques, learning it, everybody here has just been so incredible. They're so supportive. It's been a really cool experience.
I've seen nothing but incredible results day after day, hour by hour, while they work on people who get finally the effect and results that they've looked for everywhere else and never got. So they're amazing, amazing.
On a daily thing, I'm becoming more flexible and more pain-free. It's a process of treatments because of the damage I've done to my body. But yeah, I expect to be doing backflips. You know, I'm 64 years old, I'll be doing backflips.
When it comes to the Wolf non-surgical certification, nobody can pull fibroids apart or reverse joint, muscle, tendon, ligament problems or scar tissue from surgery quicker than we can. And we offer a money-back guarantee to all our patients. Now, why would we do that? Because we pull off the I am possible and we reverse the irreversible.
They're so professional, yet so fun. They know how to push you to your limit. They encourage you, so it's a whole positive training, and really every one of them has a piece that they offer to the business, and they don't miss things. They let you go to the next level.
To use my love and light to be in service of others And that's part of healing, right? Where as my elbow is connecting to that skin, you know, I'm delivering my frequency to the person that is seeking that work, you know, because I will always have that love and light inside me.
And a New World practitioner understands that you can't give what you're not. So until you understand that unconditional love and care for oneself is what you need to become so that you can give that to your patients, don't expect a different outcome than every other practitioner out there. And that's what we teach here, because you need to become what you want to see in all of your patients. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.